Hi, and welcome to a short video on how you can use Salesforce to address the requirements in the second step of the prototype for Worksafe. And this is around creating a letter from a template. So there's a couple of things that you wanted to display in your template when you sent it out. One is the title of the person it's coming from. So the first step we're going to do is set that. So to do that, if it's coming from you, let's go up here, choose demo user, choose my profile. That brings you into an area where you can edit your profile settings. Come and click on the pencil next to your details. Click on the About tab, and you can see an area for your title in there. So, most awesome Worksafe person. Maybe with some spelling mistakes along the way. And let's save that. Having done that, let's go back to the case. Probably the fastest way back to the case is to use the back button on the browser. So I just choose that, it takes me straight back to the case. The second area that needed to be set was the legislation. So you can see here we've got a field for legislation, and I can just click on that field, double click it, and it brings up the search icon. So I click on that. Now, which act is this relevant to? Let's say it's relevant to the Health and Safety Act. So just let's search for Health and Safety. There it is there. I select it and it now appears in the case, and I can save that change to the case. Okay, so now we've got everything we need to actually generate the letter back. The first way we're going to generate it back is by sending an email. Subsequently, we'll show you how to generate a physical letter in a Word document and how you might attach that if you're going to send it by the snail mail post. So if I come to the related list on the left hand side and click on activity history, it takes us straight to this area of the page, and we can see there send an email button. I click on send an email and it brings me up a dialog to be able to configure the system ready to send an email. First step there is to select the template we're going to send. So I choose select the template. You'll want to make sure that you choose Worksafe email templates from the drop down list. And you can see the second one there, email to send an acknowledgement of a notification being received. I click on that and it preloads the email with the templated information that we're talking about. So that includes the notification, the date it was received, and also the legislation that we've just chosen to be part of it. It has the file reference number, which is the case number. It's included the context details. It's included the subject matter of what it was about. And if we scroll down, we can also see it's sent from the demo user who has this particular title. And that's all good to go. So having done that, I can just click on the send button, and that email is sent to the person in acknowledgement with the letter that was sent. Step 2 maybe though is, rather than sending an email, you want to generate a letter and send that by email. So to do that, we're going to click on the mail merge button. So the mail merge takes fields out of Salesforce and merges it into a Word template to produce a Microsoft Word document that you can use. You can see it pre-populates with the case, and we only have one mail merge template there. You could have a number that you could select from, and you can click generate. This starts a background process that actually creates the Word document and actually sends an email and notification once it's complete. Just for clarity, I've turned off my email while recording this video, so I won't actually see the email. But if I go up to the documents, this is where it's going to be stored. And if I look at my personal documents, I can see here the letter that's been generated. So here I can see that's the case number and the date and time it was generated. If I click on that link, it takes me into where I can see what has been created, and if I click on the view file, it downloads it to my desktop, so I can now start editing it. If I open up that file now from having downloaded it, it's opened up in Microsoft Word, and you can see all the same information here that's been brought into it. So that the legislation's included, and a whole lot of other information that's relevant to being sent, to the information being sent, including the title down the bottom. I can make some changes just down here, otherwise known as Steve, let's say, whatever, and I can save that. And having done that, now I want to upload that back into Salesforce. So let's close Microsoft Word down. I have the ability to replace this document here, so I click on replace document. I choose the file I want to replace it with. I'm sitting in downloads, there it is there. I open that up and say replace document. So that's now taken the document with the changes made and brought it back into Salesforce ready for us to send. Let me now go back to the case. Again, I'll use the browser back button to do that, and I can jump straight to the case from that perspective and go to my activity history. Now I'm going to send an email, this time with the letter attached. I select my template. I'm going to choose a different template this time. We've set up one which is a template to use when sending the letter. So I choose that template and it loads it up with everything that's there. Slightly different text in the email this time, and I'm going to attach the file. When I choose to attach the file, I could actually just attach it directly from my computer, but in this particular case we loaded it back up into Salesforce. There it is there. I choose to attach that and I click send, and that's now sending an email to the user with the actual attachment sent. Of course, the last one was we don't send it by email, we just send it by post, and what we want to do is add the physical letter as an attachment. So whether you scan it or create whatever file, you can come down to attachments, click attach file, choose where you're going to attach it from. Again, there it is. I'm going to choose the one that we've worked on, and I can attach the file. And then I could actually keep attaching more and more files at this stage, but when I'm done, I just click done, and that's now attached to the case. And we've got the full history of the email sent to the customer, all the attachments that are there. So those are three separate things you could do. You had three different types of ways of acknowledging to the customer that the notification was received. You could just send the email, you could send the email with an attachment, or you could just load an attachment as the physical letter that was sent. Hope that makes sense, and I hope you enjoy using Salesforce.